Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And this is Matchday 24, just 3 rounds to go. Just 5 rounds of matches, plus a cup final to go in both divisions. It's coming to an end. Sad times. I could see my co-commentator for tonight is crying there in the background, into his handkerchief of questionable colour. It's Quinton Fortuna, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, everything you said there was 100% true and not made up.
Oh yes. How have you enjoyed your or endured your time as a manager in the Swimp Electronics Football Alliance?
It's been all right. I've enjoyed season two more than season one. Season one, we had the divide between those who'd chosen the best players in the game and those who had just picked a concept team. Mind you, some of those who had picked the best players fell down the bottom. Um, but season two is much more even, and I suppose it's only Grove who are theoretically, I think, the strongest team up the top that have got a little bit of a gap, but there's battles in most places for things. So Grove could sew it up tonight, can they, in theory, if the teams below them don't win and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do?
4 points clear with two. Then they could go 7 clear, I guess. I think with the fixtures that are on, they'd be at least
Yeah,
6 clear. I think so.
yeah, it's fair then, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's evened out over time. But it's going to be a good battle for second. Looking at it with 2 points between those next four, and then Mega Horse could even get in there too.
It's a it's quite a long shot, but 9 points off the lead of the table with 3 matches to go. Can't rule it out. Anyways, let's have a look at last time's results. By the way, this is your 50th league game as manager of Fortuna.
Well, that's wonderful news, isn't it? And it would be even better to celebrate had I not been sacked midway through the season with the best defence at the time, which now passes on to you. So you will look forward to your CV in the morning.
And Fifey is going podding. He's got a big game tonight. Big game against Blues, I believe it is. So hi and bye, Fifey. Might see you later on. The games will be played in the order of the how the league needs it tonight, I think. So yeah, look at those results. The last 2 matches have both involved Mega Horse. We go back to the previous round. Good evening, Stu. There he is, gloating his way at the top of the league. Yeah, Badgers drawing with Danglies. Boston and Grove having played played the second place team twice in a row. Badgers and then Boston getting 4 points from those. Fortuna beating Blues. That's probably why you thought you might have had Blues tonight, because you played
Yeah,
last
that
game.
was it. I forgot about last week. Yep, I remember that now. That happened.
Let's not do a lose. And Gondor and Red West, that was a great match, that one. Pelham 1, Aussie's Dream 2 at the bottom of the table there, and Derision Alley 0, Sprungfelt 1. And we're going to tonight's fixtures. Taking a look at those. Good evening, Swan. Welcome. If you're on mute, then obviously, a mute Swan. We might not be able to hear us, but
Or you can wave if he's on mute.
yeah, we can definitely wave.
That's how it works,
Speak.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You just use sign language. Um, yes. Oh yeah, that's a very good question from Swan. How is Stu? Be good to know that he's doing all right. So
I'd
Blues.
like to know that, but I'd also like to know how Fife is. And we're not leaving anyone out. And Swan, obviously. So then and we've all said our piece.
Yeah, we have actually. That's very, very kind. Lots of community spirit. Blues and Flamingos, 10th versus 7th. That looks like it's going to be one of our opening games. I think that will be second on the fixtures today. Looking at how that goes. Grove Danglies, that'll probably end up being played. I don't know if it's play it last or play it second last after the Sprungfelt match. What would you do in that case?
Um,
Before the
I
Sprungfelt
would
match, even. You can't
I
play
would play it before the Sprungfeld match, and then we can see if it's done from there. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And Sprungfeld Boston's a big game, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very
So
big indeed.
that's the highlight of the round.
It probably is, unless we get any ghost games. Yeah, such a treatment. Yeah, I hope you get some good good rest there, Stu. Aussie Stream Fortuna, obviously a massive game for yourselves against the team that have been struggling and don't have a team in for tonight, so that's a slight bonus there. Pelham Gondor, that's our opener.
I don't know if Aussie's Dream not putting a team into bonus. I think that's even worse because at least the manager might be quite confident if it was being you that putting the things together.
Yes, asked to make the strangest substitutes last week or whatever it was, and then they ended up winning. Red West Badgers down to 5th. That's a strange, look at the way they've gone there. They don't deserve to be 5th, I don't think. I think they have been a consistent top 4 side for quite some time with lots
They're
of
not out of
cat
it yet.
going on. Definitely not out
They're
of it.
not out of
Very
it.
close. Divisionally Mega Horse. I mean, we'll have a look a bit later
Have
on.
they played before?
Yeah, we'll have a look at that past meeting in a bit. Steve says he'd be watching from sunny Tenerife, but I don't think it's going to be sunny right now. But anyway, Sprungfelt Boston, that massive game. So let's take it into to those games. And we said we'd start off with Pelham and Gondor. It's taken us to Grove Danglies, but we go to Gondor. Looking at this, the last time Gondor played, obviously 3-3 draw. Last time they played against Pelham was a 1-0 win, and it was that hero Diop on the stroke of half-time. Good evening, Mr. Savage. Hopefully we'll be on some more network later on. What a great season it is for Nastved in their challenge to try and get up to to the Premier of Denmark. We'll see how they get on tonight. So the team today, Kenny Lunt making a more inward run and changes at the back, and Leon Kelly, not Liam Kelly, up front.
I think this is the game I was most looking forward to out tonight. I like both these squads, and
yeah, good.
I mean the only negative for Gondor is they've left out Samuel Johnson onto the bench and Barron's out entirely, and persist with Ricardo Gardner on the left rather than Barron, which is a criminal oversight. But I'm looking forward to seeing Carr up front. He should give them plenty of drive.
Hey, 3 goals in his 28 games.
Yeah, but he's not been playing up front, has he?
He played last game, that was about it, I think. Yeah. Did he score?
Lenny does a great job in midfield, particularly with that little run. So I'm going to back Lenny for at least an assist, if not a goal.
His record this season, just 2 goal contribution, but only 6 appearances, and that probably totals maybe 3 hours of football.
Yeah, he's got better stats. He's got a lot more double figures than he had at the start of the season, so he's improving. And if he'd have played more games, I think we'd have been seeing a good return from him. But just not played enough. So this is his chance tonight for the last few games.
Do you worry about Shea Hess?
I don't worry about him at all. I think he's got some decent stats by his standards. 16 for handling, not bad positioning, reflexes, and agility. And he'll be great set piece if you need one. So yeah,
indeed,
I think he'll be fine.
Indeed, Neville Southall there on the bench, very agile as we know, but played plenty of games early in the season. That's probably contributed to the lower league position.
Yeah, but he's legendary.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. The Welsh hero. And Pelham for tonight. Tato saying didn't see we were playing Fred West. Good evening, Tato. Obviously with that. Curtis Woodhouse in the team again for Pelham.
Yeah, this is nice to see. Just it's that underdog story, isn't he? He got cast aside for his criminal performance earlier in the season.
Half an hour.
Yeah, had a change of heart. He's come back in and he's worked his way into the team. So he's obviously impressed in training. And I like what they've done with the formation. Well, in front of the defence area, I don't like that 3 at the back with the 2 running because it's weird, and I think you're going to lose a bit of Dean Gordon forming up the left hand side, and he's been quite good to be fair. And I always back Nielsen to bag one up top rather than Forrester, but I can see why they've gone Forrester up front.
Yeah, I mean I'd be a Nielsen fan myself. I know he's only got 2 goals. Forrester he's on 8. I didn't realise he's on quite so many. I like the way that Tato's trying to arrange a transfer there for Fusini for Collins. That'll be interesting for the last day of the season, wouldn't it? Steve,
I think Tato's managed Fusini before, so I think he'll be all right without it for once. But if it goes through, this season can happen.
Pelham Gondor prediction.
I'm going to predict a Desmond and plenty of entertainment and Lenny to get at least an assist.
Here we go. Oh, coughing my way through the early parts of the game. But yep, 0-0 so far. We got that's a rare one, isn't it? Leon Kelly getting the goal, and also being called Leon by me. That's even rarer. Chances still coming in for both teams. Swan saying 3-2 to Gondor. He's confident about his own team. Alan Poughton with a chance. Thorpe with one as well. Dean Gordon involved. But obviously set pieces are more his thing at the moment, aren't they? Another chances on Hess making a couple of saves there. One from Forrester. This is a much more interesting game than one of the matches we had last night. They had one shot on target.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was the old age ballers. They played out a second consecutive 0-0 draw.
Oh, you mean those are pretty much at the peak, the old age ones who are 30 and 31?
We don't criticise Martin for that, at least. It's nearly half time here, and will there be a second? Fusini missing the target, and half time. Well, that's been entertaining, hasn't it? Look at that. We've had 8 shots on target out of the 13, and it's pretty even. But the team with the fewest chances on target are the team that are in front. I'll go to Gondor first. No subs, he says. Just to let you know, Ricardo Gardner is on a potential thigh injury. Does that sway your decision? Would it sway your decision, Quinton?
Probably not looking at the bench. I think that's why you need Barron, where he's versatile and can play everywhere. There's not really a
Batata for
left sider.
Latovic and Diop going over to the left.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Gardner's not got a good stamina and he's not playing very well. So yeah, possibly I'd take him off in the second half if not. But I mean, in fairness, like Khan, Fassini, they went up to 8s fairly early on. Kelly went up to an 8 shortly after, and Hess has been very busy and played well. And Lenny's doing quite well in midfield. Putting plenty of tackles in. Not much from Pelham so far.
Not much from Pelham, apart from shooting.
Well, the shots, but not in terms of good performances from individuals.
No. Dean Gordon has been subdued, as you said, really. Also, your voice sounds smooth and sexy. Usually it grates and is painful to listen to. I know it is that painful to listen to, not the sexy bit. I have been reading Postman Pat book tonight with my daughter. It was absolute legendary book. That
she's reading it to you, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm learning. Let's get to 60 minutes. We don't need to change anything for Dimble at this point. Was that a dog?
It's a dog. I've got a dog on the desk next to me. He's in his bed. He just wanted to scratching his ear.
What? He's on the desk in a bed?
His bed's next to my monitor.
Oh, right. Lovely stuff. There he is. Yes, so Dean Gordon. There he is.
Yeah, just as I said, subdued.
We go towards the 60 minutes, and this will change the team talk somewhat. Penalty turned down. It gets to 64 minutes, I think, by the end of that. Chris Hope, no hope in this game. Gardner on 79. Poston Patson, yeah, Pat Clifton, indeed he is. That's very true. Yes, and Julian and Sarah and all that. The Latovic defence. Yes, so the substitution that. I could have said anything. I could have said Southall on Swan, wouldn't it? I'm sure, but yeah, such is his love for us in Swemp. I'll put Latovic over on that left-hand side as well of defence. I assume that's what he'd want. Do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. He's a left side, isn't it? It makes sense.
I'm just going to check the Pelham instructions. I think if it's anything like last game, I'm pretty sure Dimble, if he's not here, is just going for
Cropper. Bring Cropper on.
Yeah, I think we should probably do something in this. Let's have a little look and see if it needs doing. I'm not going to do anything for the sake of it. Anyone not performing? Forrester on 85%?
No, I think if there's no instructions, they're okay, terrible,
yeah.
no one's injured.
It doesn't need doing, yeah.
They're coming back into it, they had a penalty shot, didn't they? So
yeah.
I think this will be an interesting last half hour.
I think Dimple's usually very much on the if he wants subs doing, he'd tell me. So that's all good. His team was nicely changed. They were on the ascendancy, but will the change of Diop onto his more natural left? Fusini just missing the target there. Will the change do any good? Hope's up to a 6 playing on that right hand side now. And I think it's Alan Powton getting the goal for Pelham. Wow. Late one. And Powton with another chance. And there's Willems. 3-1. Alan Powton, man of the match. The no subs worked a treat. Lelatovic didn't. But, well, that was a good performance from Pelham in the end.
Yeah, didn't really see that coming. It's just after the subs. I think Danny Coyne was on a 9 in goal for Pelham, so the pendulum had swung, and then they ended up with some good individual performances. They got stronger as the game went on, and unfortunately Gondor didn't, even though they started well.
Fine, Lelatovic. Yes, he is, isn't he? Yeah, it's a good performance from Pelham. Alan Powton with a goal. Not necessarily world-beating attributes and things. I mean, Michael Appleton, 5 dribbles. Should start on minus
Yeah,
3.
you wouldn't normally associate him with that, would you? But he's all right. In fairness, Lelatovic, he's made 1 out of 1 tackles and 13 out of 15 passes. So
I
I'm
don't know
not
why
quite
that's
sure
a
what he's
5.
done to deserve a 5.
Yeah, that's very, very harsh actually. When you consider other players, like, I mean, Diop's only won 1
3 out of
tackle.
11 tackles for Aragon's pretty
3
poor
out of
midfield.
11, yeah. He's very, very tired. Mike going for that as well. Is Mike playing a team that wasn't submitted? Yeah, I think he is, isn't he? That'd be great news for him. So into match two, and it's not this one. Did we say we were going to the Flamingos game next? Was it Flamingos and Blues, 7th and 10th? That's it.
Yeah, I think you did say Flamingos. Yeah, that's right.
So Fifey's team for tonight, a few changes. Brugink and Invincibile in. Etu's moved up front, and Penza is serving the last match of his suspension today, so he'll be back for the final 2 rounds.
Yeah, this team's got stronger as the season progressed, hasn't it? But it's a shame their season's history now. But yes,
It's been chased. It's been.
they succeeded. But yeah, it's a good team and it's strong. It should be in the top 2, shouldn't it? With their strength of the squad they can put out. But Blues are going to be a difficult opponent because they've got some quality players, haven't they? Despite if the manager's not picked aside. I lost to 9-man Blues earlier in the season, so they can have good days and bad. But Flamingos have a chance.
Wow. David Day having a nightmare last time they played each other. Inzaghi with 2, he's not playing today. Penta with 1, he's not playing. Eto up front, he got subbed at half time last time, so see how they get on. Blues. Change for today, Anthony's out, and it just goes straight to Palacios in the team, so that's the lineup for today. It'll be subless unless enforced, but we've got to spend too long on a side that isn't.
I think you should start playing those who haven't played in the next game. Play the ones who played the least. Like Michael Dunwell's never been given a chance, has he? So
for those
stick
managers
them
who
in.
haven't been putting teams in, that's where that's going to go. There are a few. It will happen with Boston next game. It'll happen with Blues if they're not submitted. It will happen with Aussie's Dream next time if they're not submitted as well, because that's 2 in 3 rounds now, I believe, where they're not submitted. So yeah, I mean, it's only 3 games to go. We're going to watch for Flamingos, of course, in this one.
I'm going to go Blues 2-1 just for fun because they're not submitting the team, so they're generally stronger when they don't do that.
Let's see how they get on. Flamingos in their white kit today, and chances coming in from them immediately as they're looking to try and get themselves back towards that top 6, which I suppose if Megahorse don't win one of their next 3 games is certainly on, but I think Flamingos seem like they're quite content with 7th. It's Ferguson. Oh, it's disallowed. Brugink was offside. The early chance there. Fifey has given me usual substitute instructions to go for, so I will do those when required. Blues still in this game and looking to press for an opening goal. David Day's been involved in making some saves this time round. A big difference between his performance this time and last time. And Blues lead, it's Justin Walker. A wry smile on my co-commentator's face.
I've been watching Richard Wright through the game, and I think he made his first pass after the half hour. I think by 37 minutes he had one pass attempted, zero complete. I was just thinking, he's not had anything to the Flamingos are dominating in the squad. So that was why the smile was. It's a typical champion, there, isn't it, to be performing like that and then just have a goal in the stroke of half time
Six
against you.
out of 6. Best MC on the game. What Hammer isn't he? He's one of, or is it Escher? Escher's probably better, isn't
MC Harvey.
it? um, well, there might be able to get something with 21 seconds left. So what we got here, the 5 or below and under 85. So there are no subs at half time for Flamingos. We'll get straight on with that in a second. Half there. If I press continue, that'll really help. We get through a little bit more. Oh, Kewell's being clattered. Chances still coming in. After this game, we're going to go to one of your questions because I believe you've got a few little questions for us.
I've got 2 quiz questions. Yeah, I've got a few too.
Yeah, it's more than I've got. And the subs, well, they were on their way. Oh, in fact, no, they're not on their way. We actually believe that we should follow the instructions of Fifey if I'm going to follow his sub instructions, shouldn't I? Here we go. Now they're on their way. Still nothing. 72 minutes, so 5 or below.
Christian Diaz.
Diaz
Terrible.
is withdrawn. I mean, would you? I mean, I know Fifey would quite often play Cambiasso as a left back. Would you bring Ambrosini on and Cambiasso back?
Yeah, I don't think he does much Williams off the bench, does he? So your only other option is Bojan Djordjic left back. So I'd go with Cambiasso from
I mean, we will check
past
that.
experience.
I thought you said from Plastic Spoons then.
Yeah.
Kewell's going to come off. That will be now. Yeah, and I'm going to leave you with that decision. Would you bring on Djordjic or would you bring on David Johnson at this point and put Beto back into attacking mid?
I would bring on Bojan Djordjic, and he's going to score a goal.
There we are. So the yeah, because it says here under 80, so Dyer stays on just. Well, he's 80%.
Yes, correct.
Oh, Djordjic had a chance from a Dyer assist then. Invincible misses a target. Certainly he's not Invincible. But we are just a few minutes from full time here. Blues still leading. I can't believe you're. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that one. Tato. Late chances, and you're absolutely right that Blues get a 1-goal victory. Incredible. They reversed a 4-0 defeat early in the season with just the 1 shot on target.
Didn't have a shot in the second half, did they? Didn't do anything.
Nothing.
And yet they've come away with a victory. And they don't deserve it. Addo and Woodgate, in fairness, and Dyer played quite well. I think Woodgate dropped to a 5 early on, hadn't he? But no one else really played well in forward position for Flamingos. That's the difference. And look at Blues. David Day's made up for it. So he's got an average rating of 6.5 against Flamingos in the 2 games.
Matt Kerr and Purplaki with the play. So that's excellent for Blues. Non-management is the way forward. 6th place next up. So that's Mega Horse, isn't it? They'll be on our next game. But you can do your question first of all. Yeah.
I'll do one question. Who was the first sub used in the Premier League?
And I don't know the answer to this question.
You did not know the answer.
You've asked me
you did
before.
Not get it right.
Yeah, I also don't know the answer because you haven't told me yet.
Yeah,
So
you
I
had
keep
one
guessing.
guess. One guess, didn't you?
Well, actually, I had.
Oh, no, I had 2 at
I
this
think I
one.
had 2 guesses at this question. I was wrong with Gary Penrice, and I'm not. And obviously, my suggestion of was it a Newcastle player?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, in fairness, you've guessed quite a big squad there, and turned out it wasn't.
It's only
John
John
Moore.
Was John Moore
That's it,
was Ipswich in the Premier League?
Yeah,
first
John
season?
Moore was at Ipswich, wasn't he? But I don't know if he was in the first season.
I'm not sure if they were
I
in
mean,
season 1. Mike going for Yeah, I think he was it
it was Can.
Peter Beardsley. Was he at Everton first season?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right. I think
was he
Newcastle bought him from Everton.
Was he playing Division 1 football in the first?
No,
season?
Newcastle bought him after they got promoted. It was
Right.
David Kelly up front, and then they bought Andy Cole mid-season.
Massive signing there from Bristol City. So yeah, while people have a think, I'll just go into the last Mega Horse team. Preki, was Preki the first sub there from Everton?
He might have been playing indoor soccer at that point, Cracky.
No, he was playing Premier League football in the first season, I'm sure.
I'm not. I don't remember him in first season. He probably was.
Predrag Radosavljevic, whatever he was called.
That's the one. He won Robert Vajika. He wasn't him either.
I mean, first substitute. I'm going to go for Torben Peachnik.
No, he wasn't Tom Peachnik. Preki was playing indoor football until 1992 at St. Louis Storm, but then Everton 92 to 94. So he was first season.
Just while people discuss it, it's worth just noting the previous match between
What's that?
Megahorse and.
That's embarrassing. Is that a homestead?
I mean, we know that the originality will get revenge today, and do that, but results like that don't come around too often. 2 assists for about.
Or 7 often.
7 too often, yeah. We signed someone from indoor football.
I think they paid with FIFA 97. Didn't they? Just said, we'll buy that.
Superb version of it on FIFA 97. Was it on Road to World Cup 98 as well?
I think so, but it wasn't good, was it? If it was, I think it was on 2 versions.
FIFA 95's version of football where it had invisible walls, but unfortunately the invisible walls covered the goal.
Yeah, that didn't work very well.
Mega Horse's team for today features a 94% Jurgen Kohler. I wasn't the most comfortable playing someone at 94%, I've got to say, but with the players out, we got no Echendu and no Kastajic, so Kohler was kind of needed to play alongside that. Milan Foucault is not on the bench for today's game, but hasn't had a great season. Juskoviak's back up front, and Sebastian replaces Vili, who's out for the season and beyond.
Kohler can stroll 2 games. He'll be fine in 94. He'll be all right there. It's disappointing. Ulf Kirsten's out of the squad. I'd like to see him in.
He's
or
on fit
drilling
at
in the chance.
88%.
Juskoviak's not been doing brilliantly, I don't think, has he?
Mike's goes Teddy Sheringham. That's the name I chucked across straight away. And I remembered he started the opening game because he scored, didn't he, on day? It was a Sunday of the first round of games, wasn't it?
Teddy Sheringham scored the first goal on a Sky Premier League
Nottingham
match.
Forest.
It's Liverpool.
The day after. Yeah, I remember now. So he couldn't have been a sub or the first.
Well,
sub.
But he could have been a sub if he scored.
Yeah.
He come off the bench.
True.
It's a fine guess. He was playing at the time, but absolutely incorrect. Everyone will have heard of the player.
Everyone will have heard of the player.
Yeah. You will all know his name. It's not like it's a random person you don't know. It's someone who you will have heard of.
Gordon Strachan.
It's not Gordon Strachan.
Has anyone said the right club without telling us without telling us which club it is? Has anyone mentioned the right club yet?
I don't think so, but don't hold me to it. I don't think so.
Last time Divisionale played against their opponents today, they lost 7-2. Just to let you know.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
So
from the written guesses, no.
Les Ferdinand. Did he get a first Premier League hat-trick, Les Ferdinand?
No. I want to say Mick Quinn, but I don't think it was. I can't remember who it was. I think someone scored one early on. Cantona got one, but not in the first.
I thought Les Ferdinand got one of the first hat-tricks. But anyway, Sadlier and Zagara are up front today. Jurgensen is a central midfield player, and it's a 4-1-3-2.
Oh, I've just googled, and the first Premier League hat trick was scored by Patrick Berger. What? It was Cantona who got the first one.
All right. Yeah, he's got a hat trick.
It's not Gary Mabbott, but we all remember Mabbott having his face smashed in by John Fashanu, don't we? So
yes, John Fashanu. Anyway, so Divisionale, there's their team for today. Anyway, we better get it kicked off because we're half an hour in. Mark Robbins, says Stu.
It's not Matt Robbins. Again, decent guess.
Is it Brian Robson?
It's not Brian Robson.
Nothing worse than four at the back. Mark Tyler, captain. Of course, he is captain anyway, so I'm not surprised he is.
Some would argue the conflict in Ukraine is probably up there.
Prediction?
I reckon 8-0 to Originale.
When I come back, that'll be Earl Barrett, says Tato.
I like the guesses. I'll let you know if they're right rather
Brian
than
Small?
go and put this. No, no, not Brian Small either. There. Mike Robbins got the second Premier League hat trick, as a fact.
All right. Well, there you are. Look at this, Divisionale pushing forward. Is the player on 0102? Mike saying 7-2 to the away team.
I think
As a
I
player.
think it's no.
No, right, so they've retired by that point. Trevor Francis.
It is not him nor his tracksuit.
Oh, a disallowed goal for Juskowiak. There it is. Going towards half time. This is still 0-0. Graham Moses putting it wide. A late chance maybe before the bell. The whistle at half time.
That's
Mike
cool.
Phelan says Stu.
Yes, there it is. There's Google.
yeah, there we are. Anyway, so it's been 6 shots, 4 on target, 3 shots, 1 on target for Divisionale. Steve, I mean, Mike will be able to back me up on this one and check whether Steve actually suggested any subs for tonight. I am not sure.
While you're having a look, I will just confirm Mike Phelan came on in the 7th minute for Paul Ince, who went off in that game against Sheffield United.
Well, not long at all. We're going to go to 60 minutes on this one. There's no point making any subs at half time, and Steve has no subs suggested at all. So unless there's anyone below 75 or below, I'll leave it as it is. And the play going on for a chance. Bart Hoare having a chance there to score.
No, well done, Stu, by the way. Well done, well done.
Kaluzhny, is that a free kick from Kaluzhny? I'm surprised he's and Wellens equalised. So there we are at 1-1. Still looking for another 7 goals in this game. Marcelinho, Paraíba will come off, and I think it's going to have to be Driller, and I think Chihon might need to be withdrawn as well for the second change. And so with Chihon, he's going to come off, and Eigenrauch will come on at the back. There, Ian Crook. Tato's still going. Is it?
It was Mike Phelan. It was Mike Phelan, Tato. Just
Ian Crook, what a player he was. There's no other question about subs, is there? So
no, I've only got one other question, Stu. So you go with yours now, and I'll ask me before the end.
Was it just 2 subs in the first season and no goalkeeper that became 3 with a goalkeeper sub a bit later on?
I think that's right, yeah. I think it's right. I can't remember what year it became 3 subs.
I think it might be 93, 94, unless it was just in the FA Cup that they had that they had them, because I'm sure there was a goalkeeper on the bench for teams in the FA Cup final in 94. No one's going to come off for Divisionale, so we'll leave it as it is. See how the rest of this game goes. 2 subs made, sadly with a chance. Still 1-1 at this point. Eigenrauch taking a yellow card, so just leaving them on that knife edge at the back, and all 3 centre backs are now booked. Oof. Looked like an appeal for a penalty. I don't know which way that was going actually, but the referee lets it go. Juskowiak makes it 2-1 to Mega Horse late on. Richard Shaw. There's a question. You go first. Well, a question I think we're going to do after another match after this one, are you, Quentin? Wait for.
Well, if you want, well, I'll put it wherever it's. Let you concentrate.
Well, yeah, we'll play one more match just while I have a little chunk of it. I mean, Mega Horse getting there, but I mean, only conceding 2 is huge progress for Divisionale.
Well, yeah, I think Mega Horse have probably deserved it on the balance of play, but there was some good defensive performances from Tyler and Duff. Just didn't show a lot going forward, did they? And a few of them are tired towards the end of the game. I think had they had Mads Jorgensen, they might have got a winner in there, but unfortunately with Martin, they just couldn't do it.
He's had a decent season in the cup. And for Mega Horse, the goal from Kaluzhny which was not many goals for Collision this season. That's 3, and Yuskoviak.
Do you want some water, by the way? Or are you just going to keep joking through while you're talking?
I've got a drink. And Yuskoviak with his 13th for the season, he's 9th in the league. So anyway, we go through this one. I'm going to let you ask your next question just before the Badgers game, Tato.
Oh, well, I don't want to ruin it for Tate. No,
No, we do
we'll
after
have
this
badges,
one.
and then it'll be. Is it my game after that? So we can ruin my game. That's not a
It will
problem.
be yours next. Yeah, we can do it before your game. So Tato submits a lovely formation for today.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But I don't know if we'd have done this one had we known we were playing Red West, because I think those three might have moved a little bit further forward.
Yes, yeah, quite possibly. Let's get it back onto the screen that we're expecting to see. There we are. So yeah, there are lots of running, massive space in that pitch, and worth a go. Tato, standing by his interesting ideas there.
I like to see people do something different, and I don't do different formations, but I like to see this and going through, and I would like to see a bit of Harasimovic later on if they're not getting a result, because he's a favourite.
Yeah, still waiting his
So
first league goal, but may move those at half time. May well do. So I'm just checking the back 3. It is, yeah, it's Changai Viali. That's great. Just checking that one. And Red West.
yeah, speaking of something different.
Keeping as it is from last match.
Yeah, I like seeing Fancy up front, because he was excellent on 97, 98. So it's a nice throwback. She's in midfield. She's the one running things. And
Yeah.
Cheng Ying Wu had a really good game, didn't they? Was
A
it
10
a
in
couple
one
of weeks
game.
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was against me. He played really well. Looked a danger. So maybe more of the same today. But yeah, it's a great concept, isn't it? And
Yeah,
yeah,
probably
I like
best.
the little
It is
plunger
probably best it
formation as well.
wasn't the previous team from last season at the moment, Iron Curtain.
Yeah, this is Iron Curtain were a much stronger team, but they didn't play as well as these guys do when they
They're a
play.
great team, but I certainly am glad for the political climate that they're not involved in this season. Predictions
Yeah.
for this one?
I'm going to say 1-4,
1-4, and how many others?
all for one.
All 4-1s and 1-4 all. A great set of results that one is. Rayad with a chance for Badgers is the first one we've had of any real notes. Collins has missed the target pretty badly. And still they're coming forward. Badgers with a chance to close that gap at the top of the table. They need this, but at the moment they're just being denied. Kawaguchi making some saves and they're shooting wide plenty. Milevsky with a chance. Still not a lot coming from it. Oh, another save from Collins. His chance. Kawaguchi on a man of the match performance here. Firmani doing well as well. And for now, Firmani is yellow carded. Chances for, I think Firmani again had a chance there, and Kawaguchi still coming to the rescue for his team. Wow, 8 out of 11 shots on target compared to none.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a change of formation, possibly at half time. But they're doing all right at Badgers. They're just
Yeah, I don't
just
think
coming
it's
up
that bad, is
against
it?
a keeper who's having good performance, isn't they?
Yeah, they are being denied by someone there. I mean, look at the players; they're all on 7s, and well, apart from Firmani, who's on an 8 in the yellow card. I mean, it's crying. If you're thinking about a formation they might want to use, it's crying out for 4-4-2. But look at it there. Anyway, so we got Collins is coming off for Kyle, and the wingers up top. Okay.
Sitting right up top. That's yeah.
Firmani to centre mid. So swap those out. Oh, no, not like that. We swap those two round, and into centre mid with an arrow. I don't know why I bothered to put the arrow back on. Yeah, that's what he wants, isn't it?
That's what it looks like, but we'll probably wait for confirmation just in case.
Have a quick check of the
Sure,
red list.
roughly.
The sub's being made, so I mean I'll be making that sub as it is. Just be whether the tactical change is needed. Red West, no, they'll be leaving everything just as it is at this point. Perfect, go to 70. We'll have a quick check of Red West at 60 and on to 70 minutes as we go. Nanami, they've had a chance. and they're looking more lively now. Now there's a bit more space to drive into. But Sunji High taking the yellow card. Red carry. Oh, for man, it's offside. Oh, they've taken the lead, and Lee Young Pyo scores off the bar against his home team. Look at that.
I thought you were going to say against his countrymen.
Some of them are, but they're all Swedes.
Not the keeper.
No, not indeed. Yeah, they'll be continuing as they are at this point. There's nobody that needs to have Lee Young Pyo looking dangerous for these opponents now. And for his own opponent, that doesn't make any sense unless he's trying to score own goals. 70 minutes. Here we go. So take a look at that. It's just Ekiog and Manevsky on sixes, and the fitness-wise is all absolutely fine. So
Fitness doesn't matter, does it? It's not important.
No. Who needs conditions? Who needs conditions?
Now, we're going to see the formation stay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what I'd probably do. Just move them back a bit. Yeah, now they're in front. And when I say that's what I'd do, I wouldn't do this weird arrows. I'd do them to the strikers, but I like it. I like it.
Well, I suppose if one player gets the ball, the other person's going to make a dart across and probably get that header.
Or somebody else will cross it and they'll bang into each other.
Or they'll cross it to each other for quite a period of time. I think that's it, is it? Have we seen anything else going on?
No, I think that's let's roll.
See how it goes. They're still 1-up. They're going to confuse the opponents. She has been booked, and there's a goal, and it's Zizi Roberts, Lee Pyo. No, it's Roberts making it 2-0.
Is he the top goal scorer?
Hey.
What's in there? Is he still something to say?
And there is a 2-1 victory for Badgers. I mean, Red West did come back into that in the second half somewhat, but it just wasn't enough.
Hey, Pan's done alright up front, hasn't he, as well? So it was respectable second half, and like you say, there was a bit more space once Badgers had moved forward, but Badgers have done what they needed to do and played pretty well, everyone. A couple of really good performances, the rest just average, and Red West did alright.
Yeah, and they'll be stuck there at the bottom of the table still at this point. Time for your question.
Oh yeah, next and final question from me before Stu's question is, who scored the first Champions League goal? Not European Cup. Who scored the first Champions League goal?
And I actually don't know that one either, and I had one guess, and it was wrong.
I can't remember who you guessed.
My guess was... did I ever guess?
Yeah, you did. Can't remember who it was though.
Oh, Jurgen Kohler.
Oh yeah.
So last time they played, it was 3-1, by the way, to I think Mijatovic. Was Mijatovic playing at that point? It would have been, I suppose.
He was playing, but it wasn't him.
Last time you played Aussie's Dream, you beat them 3-0. Just to let you know.
A couple for Mark Kerr there.
And yep, that's your team for today.
Yeah, it's been fairly consistent lineup. I think that one, Ince is back in for Koa, who had a bit of a nightmare last time, and Filipescu's come in for Reg Peace, hasn't he? And then other than that, I think everything's unchanged.
Yeah, it's not a bad lineup. Not a bad lineup to go into today's game. Obviously on a great run of form. Last time he played, he beat Blues 2-0. Aussie's Dream, 3 suspensions, no team submitted. So we go to look at the replacements. There's no centre-backs available to replace anybody, apart from, I think Smith's coming actually for one of the centre-backs. The other sub is missing. Yeah, man.
I know this is against my team, but why is Bartolucci not playing? He's a centre-back.
He's a sub. He's already got a position, so he can't come into the team.
I see. Right. Yeah, I got you.
Van der Valle comes in, and then Romo replaces Maresca. So that's how it's been done. No substitutes for them today. So featuring a right back in the team there, an inexperienced defender in Smith. He's only played 3 times. Average rate 5.5. Morales he's not playing. Prediction?
I just hope everyone has a good game and stays injury free.
Lovely.
Are we looking from my perspective if you've not submitted it then?
Yes, we are indeed. Well done. Here it
Thank
goes.
you.
That sounds a bit more clear. Right, anyway, so Fortuna are leading the way with the chances, but still 0-0 it is. Amakachi says
Oh, there you go. Daniel Amkachi, correct.
that's Google. I mean, it's usually better to just guess than research. But anyway, because you won't be able to do that at the quiz at the pub. You'd be kicked out of my pub. Anyway, so it's half an hour gone, still nothing going. Filipescu takes a yellow card.
Yeah, not much going on, is there? Oh, that's not good.
It's 1-0. Oh, it's 1-1. Mark Kerr pulls one back, and so the first half ends. It doesn't end yet. Kerr with another chance. Will there be another goal? No, they won't. Filipescu's on a 5, and you've had more chances, but they are still in this game.
Yeah, Filipescu's going to come off. He's not covered himself in glory so far, is he?
Bunjevich or
Yeah.
Georgiades?
Nah, I will put Goran on. We'll give him a chance.
On the left?
Yep. Yeah, switch him over, and then I'm good to go till 60.
Good. Oh, till 60. Sorry. Jeez. Anyway, let me have a look and see what's going on with these at this point. 5 minutes till the subs. Oh, now the subs are at 59. That'll be 60th minute. So, here we are. Is Amakachi
I think
celebrating?
Tato's emoji reference is Daniel Amakachi doing a wee, isn't it, for a celebration? How are they doing for condition?
Not bad. Ince at 84.
Yeah, he's just old and knackered, isn't he? What
Potential
ratings
foot
again?
injury
Go
for
back to that.
Ince.
Yeah, he'd be fine. Let's take off Nakamura for Hughes and then switch Hughes and Peralta. And then, can we move our wing backs to wingers?
Yes, indeed. What, this side or further forward, even right there?
Further, yeah, that one, yeah.
And the arrows?
No, let's leave them as they are.
Okay, going
Go
first.
hard or go home.
Tried not coughing. I have tried not coughing. It just gets worse. 20 minutes left. Chances there still coming in. I think Bunjevich was involved. This is where you kind of... Oh, Hughes gets the goal. I was going to say you need Dieter Eilts.
Dieter Eilts. Yeah, I miss him.
It's 2-1. 5 minutes left. And Hughes could be the match winner. And Kaka injured. Well, that'll be Bayerholm coming on there in the 91st minute. And there it is, 2-1 to Fortuna.
Oh, well, I think we've kind of got away with one there. Although we were the stronger team going forward, we didn't really show too much. But yeah, Kerr's done well again. That's 2 good games he's had against them. And Hughes with his 50 abilities, done well there to get the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if he's up to maybe 60 by now this season. He's coming on quite well, isn't he?
He's great. I had a game where I was Barry Town. I just did one season in each of the leagues, and he played for, I don't know if it's Carnarvon or something like that, but him and his strike partner,
Barry Morgan.
Barry Morgan, yeah, that's it. They were both ex. I think he got 13.34 and Morgan got a similar amount. So yeah, give him a chance. He's doing all right.
Absolutely, and so a little.
So some would argue that the win's come about from a tactical change rather than what Tato said, but yeah, it's probably right. There's some luck in there.
Certainly some luck. Hey, he loves your team. He loves yours.
I'm looking forward to hearing Stu's question now.
Yes, it is.
And see which podcast it's come off. Which podcast did the Amakachi one come off, Stu? I'm looking for a football podcast to listen to.
Have you been listening to? Have you listened to a Sports Strangest Crimes at all? That is that Barry
No, I
Morgan
haven't.
Tato.
I haven't yet. But I want to say yes to Tato for Barry spelt like the
It is that one.
Italian team because it is. Yeah, that's
He's
the
going
one.
to be in my next experiment league there. Hughes and Morgan will be in the Welsh League Select squad. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. It's it is this game, isn't it? Next.
I can't remember what else is left. Is
One
there
more
only two
game.
left?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Scunthorpe, the big game, isn't that one?
I'm going to go and grab some water. So just while it happens, listen out for the question, and I'll put the Dangley's team on for today, which is not selected. So that's why there are some strange players in.
Yeah, it does look a bit unusual. We've got Delroy Facey lining up in midfield. I used to work with a guy who knew Delroy Facey as kids, and he said he'd been away to England schoolboys once, I think, old Delroy, and he said he was the best player there by a mile, apart from when he went there was a kid, possibly a year younger or maybe a little bit younger than him, who was just amazing and kept dribbling around everyone and scored every time. And it was young Michael Owen. So not a surprise to see Michael Owen score against a young keeper.
That's the only bit I heard there. So yeah, just having a look.
So yeah, it was a tremendous story, by the way.
Gary Charles was in last match, so he hasn't been put in. Tony Adams has come in for the suspended John Terry. Stig Turfting's been replaced by the first available defensive midfielder central. There isn't one, so it goes to the first defensive midfielder. It's Gary Croft. And
Croft is all right sometimes, isn't he?
Emre comes in as the first left midfielder there. So they will just roll as they are for the rest of this game. On here. Yeah, there we go. First sub to be subbed. I'm not sure at all. John Harkes.
I have no idea on this. I would just guess a random Everton player like John Ebrell.
Or
I've no idea.
Richard Cotton.
Dick Cotton.
Who's Richard Cotton? Like Tony Cotton, but Anthony Cotton. So here's the Grove team for today. It's unchanged. Nathan Daly, you remember him at Man
Freddie Death.
Yeah, no changes because Darren Anderton is only a day away from returning, but it's a shoulder injury, so no changes for the Grove lineup. And
yeah, I'm not surprised. They're doing well, aren't they?
Last time they played each other.
Oh, right, team in Everton. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't suppose it was.
Is it Graham Stewart? Was he there at the time? Or was he Oldham or something like that?
You're going to bring on a Moise Keane in 1992 before his birth.
Might even not be that early. It could be. Yeah, it could be looking as far.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be, but
maybe even at like David Unsworth or something.
Joe Parkinson. I'm just trying to think of who played in the old days.
Tony Grant. We watched from
Limpar.
point of view. Stewart was there at the time.
Peter Beagrie.
Sean Curtis gets the early goal. So this is looking very strong for Grove and their title battle. Brett Angel.
I got he was a monster.
Great player. Yeah.
All I can think of now is Beagrie. Now I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, Robert Vajika. He gets another call back from earlier. Peter Beardsley.
Yeah, I keep thinking of midfield and forwards rather than defenders because you're probably unlikely to bring a defender off for tactical reasons, but they might have a head injury come off.
Can anyone remember the song that Peter Beardsley's name was in?
Yes.
I think it was a chart hit.
I'm not going to say it, but I know what it is. Yeah.
I think it was a chart hit. Right, I'm just going to let you just sort something out at half time. See any sub requests or anything. Just need to pop for 1 second.
Okay. Oh, Andy Hinchcliffe. That's a good one. Was he at Man City at the time, or was it Everton first seasons? And my thoughts will be some kind of midfielder, but I can't remember who else was there at the time. I'm going to have to try and talk you through this, Anna, rather than thinking of other names. Richard Cotton, Tony Cotty. But yeah, it's a good performance so far by Grove. John Curtis with the goal with an 8, but Sol Campbell he's made more or he's won more tackles than he's completed passes, which I mean seven's a bit harsh for his performance so far because I'd say he's doing well to have 7 out of 8 tackles. But other than that, they're not really showing too much going forward, Grove. So there's still a chance for Dangus at this stage. But as we know, Grove are very strong defensively. So now they're in front. I'm not sure if Dangus are going to get back to it.
Especially not being able to make any tactical adjustments. So, straight through.
What minute is Stu going for?
I'm assuming 60. It probably would have been mentioned. After Barry Horn mentions 1-all.
Hughes. Whoa.
Going to Hughes.
Sorry.
60, there it is. Dario Silva on a 6 and Patrick Berger on a 6. Robert, 84%, is carrying a foot injury. And D'Alessandro, a groin injury. Martin.
Are we looking in the first season or two rather than a later one?
Yeah, because is it going to be, you know, like, I don't know, Joe Max Moore or something like that.
Joe Max Moore. Thomas Rodzinski.
He was good, Brzezinski.
Yeah, I know. It's just a striker you've not thought of for a while from the North American continent.
Yeah, there were a few strikers in there. D'Alessandro off for Berkovic. This is making the league interesting tonight with this score as it is. Was that the sub? D'Alessandro went off, Berkovic came on, and then went off for Sean Davis.
Yeah, that was it. That's the one. Oh, here we go. Taylor on.
Robert Taylor. Paul Rideout. Paul Rideout went and played America, didn't
he? He played in Malaysia as well, I think. Tony Cottee played in all divisions in the same season.
One as well. We're making another change. I'll do that.
Oh well, this is a bold move for Stu. He knows he could have the league tonight, so he's going for it. That's what we like to see.
There we are, and no, it was.
Oh, so what? Nothing Premier League one.
Ah.
Thanks for letting us guess for so long. Well, depends on when it was, but I might not have been born, so I'm not sure it's going to be there for me.
Andy Gray.
Unless you said Peter Reid.
Andy Gray, you just don't save those. But he has. Graham Stewart wasn't ever in '86.
Trevor Stevens a good guess because it could be one of. I don't know, that's Gary Stevens, isn't it? Well, there's too many of them.
1-all full time there. 6 shots, only 2.
Van den Houw, that's a good guess.
Van den Houw. Put a Raymond van der Houw then. And he played for Everton in '86. Yeah.
I don't even know if I can think of any more Everton players.
Well, it definitely isn't a goalkeeper. Because he wouldn't have
it's not a goal.
Bench.
It's not a goalkeeper.
And they had 2 subs in '86. At that point, on a 2 sub bench. Anyway, so Grove have dropped a point, and so this next match is absolutely huge. It's Sprungfelt versus an unsubmitted Boston side. Fermani's dropped out, and the first available defensive midfielder that can come in is Moreno Torricelli, so he'll be playing in the defensive midfield role alongside Sandro Cois for today. Last time they played each other, it was 2-1 to Boston, and the goals were Pozzanzini and Amore, with Nedved 1 for Sprungfelt.
Torricelli was pretty good in 97, 98 in that sort of position.
I don't think he ever played him there. Just played him as a fullback, but or as a wing back as well. He was pretty good there. Preki in '86 while playing indoor football. So Mike's team for today, just a few changes tactically. Carbone's dropped. Well, Carbone's moved further forward, but playing in the support striker role, and Murphy's moved over left. Cuevas is in for Elisa Debe in the starting lineup for this game.
Yeah, I like what Mike's done there, but my big question is Mike still around? Because he's not been saying much for a while. He's probably still thinking about this question of Stu's. But yeah, I like the little change in formation he's done there. Whitley and Ned Flanders in front of the defence there, looking like nice protection. And I like Quavers playing on the right. He's been pretty good when he's been playing. So yeah, see how they get on. I've got a back Sprungfield for picking the team. He's kind of here. That's good. But yeah, I'm going to back Savage to get a victory.
Victory there. Yeah, kind of. He's dear me. He's kind of around. Adrian Heath. Yeah, so we watch the game from the point of view of Sprungfeld. And we kick off.
Was Mo Johnston at Everton in '86? Okay, I just can't think of anyone who played at that time.
Dave Watson must have been
But
there because he was there forever.
yeah, but he's not going to be a sub, is he?
No, actually. Oh, Saha gets the opening goal.
Bracewell's a good shot. It's all Sprungfeld, isn't it? Pushing forward.
Yeah. And there was that little phase for Boston, but not enough. So is this the first ever sub to be substituted? Or is it like or had it
First in
anywhere
England.
else in the world? So there we are.
I did read an article on subs the other day, and I don't remember this being mentioned.
1 out of 1 on target, and no red cards in this match. Interesting stat.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dull, isn't it? But Sprungfeld, I would say deservedly in front. They're not playing particularly well, but there's more to come from them, isn't there?
There's more to come from them at 60. So, well,
right. Who's he going for? Is he going for Ronnie or is he going for Lisa?
I'd be going Cuevas up front. Just put him up there and bringing on Carlson.
I did just think about that as well. Yeah, but then there's no one really wide right.
Carlson.
Put Murphy there. Oh yeah.
You've done the team instructions. Yeah, team instructions are done. You wanted your player instructions as well. They're all sorted for you. Yeah, all good.
When was Limpar won at 86 and everyone was it? That's two.
Would he be at
Who's
Arsenal?
Yeah.
If
well,
anything,
maybe not even there.
Sweden. Yeah. Ronaldo.
Well, I don't know if Mo Johnston was there, and then I'm all out of. It's got to be a midfielder, surely. It won't be a defender. You can't bring a defender on and take him off again. Just a waste of time.
Unless he got injured.
Tony Hibbert.
Red card, Kotzer. Well, there's no need to replace him.
I hope that was a punch. I didn't really see what happened.
Neil Adams.
Is he the old manager?
He played for Southampton, didn't he, I think?
Did he manage him?
That was Mickey. Oh, no, Neil Adams, did he manage as well? Limpar's still in nappies in 86. Limpar was like... wasn't he
Must have been on his period.
He'd been about 20, wouldn't he?
Limpard, I don't know. He'd been old.
He's on this game, though, isn't he? He's on the 102.
I'm not sure.
I think we're
Don't
on
know,
to full
actually.
time. I could theoretically search for him.
Limpar
He's Swedish.
Limpar was 21 at the time. And yeah, he's at Bromma Boyacana. After a spell at Colorado Rapids and Jurgen.
Sprungfeld still holding on. But there's Montella with a chance. It's gone off target. Murphy, you are elf. Uncontrollably, I think. Oh, chance is still coming in. Will there be another goal? Penalty turned down for Sprungfeld. Late one down the other end. Oh, chances.
That would have been undeserved, wouldn't it, if they got one back?
Oh, absolutely. Or would it? 2 shots, 2 on target. 6 shots, 1 on target.
Yeah, well, I mean, not submitting a team. That's one, isn't it?
I think when I mentioned at half time, red cards, none for Loco. And there we are, they got one. It's almost
Must have prompted it.
Come in. Yep. I mean, 7, the absolute best player on the team, a 7 man of the match. There are 2 8s in the opponents, and there we are. I'll just let you just talk the way through the results 1 second.
Oh well, it's been some big movers at the top. Then Boston, I don't know where they started the day. Were they in second? I think they're down in fifth. So Sprungfeld are the big winners with that victory because that puts them right up there. It'd be nice if I could click the table. We could see how the difference is because I think it's still very tight between everyone. Fortuna have moved up to second. But Grove will be on 49 points, and then I don't know what happens after that. You can blow the league if you want to bribe us all, Stu. You can blow the rest of the league. That's fine. Um, yeah, Sprungford is an excellent victory. That they didn't play very well, but they got a victory against second place in the league, put themselves in third, and it all depends on the next fixtures now. Badgers did what they had to do against Red West with a 2-1 away victory. Mega Horse somewhat fortuitously managed to get past Original with a 2-1 victory. So in sixth position, they'll be closing on Boston now, so they might be able to leapfrog them before the end of the season, providing they start submitting teams. I guess Boston. Great result for Pelham down the bottom as well, beating Gondor. They're closing the gap a little bit. I don't know what the gap's like between those, but it gives them a little bit of breathing space between them and Fred West at the bottom. Aussie's Dream again with no team submitted. They're not going to do themselves any favours, so hopefully Pelham can leapfrog them before the end of the season. And it's quite a surprise actually to see Grove dropping points against Danglers, and she was right to question. That's 2 draws in the last 2 games, but they've got through another game. There's two league games left, and they're probably still 3 points clear. So I think they may be able to do this. And Blues again. They've been fortunate. They beat me early in the season, without submitting a team and with 9 men. Flamingos battered them in the first half, and yet Blues got the goal just before the end of that half and didn't attack again, and they've still got the victory. So I think we've probably got a settled top 6 for the end of the season now. So it would be nice to see the table.
No,
have we got a settled top 6, Mr. Horse?
We do have a confirmed top 6. We do, and we only have 5 teams who could mathematically win the league.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's interesting, really. It's Fortuna. We worked our way into second, but could easily finish fifth with the results. It's very close between everyone. So anyone who has a bad set of results now, Grove again, if they just carry on, even just picking up a point, they still need to drop points in both the remaining games. So I think it depends on the fixtures, but Grove still have enough to get through. So they are the strongest squad on paper. I think they'll still do it. So I suppose the good news is they're putting an unbeaten run together rather than losing. But it's a good result for Danglers. Keeps them a point further clear of Blues, who got the victory. And they'll leap above the Original, don't they, Blues, with that victory? So it's pretty embarrassing for Steve's team to be in 10th behind a squad that aren't submitting.
1 goal between the top 2, as well as that 3 points. I mean, a defeat automatically springs it around. If Fortuna can win, they'll be on the better goal difference and would go top if Grove lost. So it's a massive change around there. Down at the bottom, Red West, pretty much confirmed.
Not guaranteed bottom yet.
No, need 2 wins and need to hope that Pelham don't pick up anything and Aussie's Dream don't pick up anything and the goal difference turns around. But Gondor 4 points clear of the bottom 3. They look confirmed 11th. And then divisionally, as you say,
you can't confirm anything
Blues.
yet. Pelham got a good victory against them today, didn't they? So anything can happen yet. But everyone's still got something to play for by the looks of things, haven't they?
Yes, there's
still something they can do. Yeah.
Technically, and we have a look into the second last games of the season. Badgers versus Sprungfeld, huge.
That's a big one, isn't it? That is a big one.
Match. Boston versus Aussie's Dream. I mean, that's 3 points going probably Boston's way, but if they both don't submit, they are both being reset to 4-4-2, and the least players that have played, the players with the fewest appearances will be in the teams, and that hugely swings it Boston's way, to be honest.
Yeah, well, yeah, true.
Mega Horse Grove. Now That is a massive ask of sixth place Mega Horse there to go and do
Yeah, but
something.
don't
You never
don't
know.
play your team down. You've got some strong players
Oh
in
yeah,
there, and
yeah, huge. I'm playing. The reserves will be playing in Europe, and so this will be the Sunday game, I assume. So they're all. Oh no, hang on. So is it immediately going in after? Is this going in for just 2 days after that match? It will certainly be reserves playing in Europe if that's the case. Then we got Dangley's Blues 8th versus 9th. If the
oh
teams
yeah,
can
that could
submit the
settle a
teams,
position.
might be an easy match that one just to play fast through. Just in the same way as the other game there. Flamingos Red West. Flamingos could cement 7th place with that. It's like some kind of animal silhouette going on there or something. It's a real strange journey. Fortuna Pelham. That could be a big game for you there.
Yeah,
A
and
final
Pelham got a
position
victory
again.
today, so we can. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, point of the game. It's so close, and that can easily drop back down to fifth in no time. So I'll be happy if I get a victory. Well, I was happy with the victory today because we didn't play well, so we'll say don't want to defeat.
Gondor Divisionale. Gondor can only catch them on points in totals. Stu wants us to have a quick look at Grove for their recent run before we go into Tato's selection here. So results since match 15 where we can go. You might basically, it was Mega Horse the last team to beat Grove. A goal there from Marcelinho. Other than that, they've won all the games until the last two which they've drawn.
Interesting stuff. So yeah, I suppose the two questions are: what are Mega Horse's fixtures like before this Grove game? Have you got the European game, and then have we got the final week's fixtures just to see?
Yep, there is a game in there on the Thursday night. So yeah, it will certainly be a reserve team playing out there for.
Yeah, don't throw the league for everyone. You've got to go
Oh, I
preserve the
mean,
integrity.
the last time they played, that was the team that started the game. So it will be weaker than that, definitely, for the next game because there were no European, no league games quite so soon after. It will definitely be. The European is just a hindrance, and the final round to the season Blues versus Grove, Mega Horse Gondor, Aussie Stream Badgers, Pelham Boston, Red West Dangleys, Divisionale Fortuna, and Sprungfelt Flamingos. Easiest run is it? Would you say Boston?
For the last two games, yeah, we've got the
Aussie's
Pelham's.
Dream and Pelham?
Well, yeah, in theory by places, but I can't remember how many points are Boston on. Can they catch Grove with one victory for Grove?
I think they're 4 points behind them. I'll have a look. Might be 3. Yeah, it's 4 points.
Stu,
5 points.
Mr. Horse does want to play reserve team in Europe. They're not bothered about maintaining momentum in that competition. It's a
No.
nice try.
Definitely not, because I wouldn't win the Grove game at all. Playing first team in that game, so I'd like to win as many league games as possible, which is 11 so far. Could do with 2 wins to round off the season with half the games won. Yes, Stu, throw the next game. This is I mean, Division 1's interesting, isn't it? Looking at their final round. If the top 2 draw in the next match and third and fourth win, then 4 teams go into the last match of the season level on points.
I have to disagree with that because I don't find Division One interesting. It's all the big boys, isn't it? So it's
Well,
not interesting. This is proper football. This, I mean, look at that. You've got 2 points between second and fifth. You've got first place 3 points clear, but slightly stuttering form. So it's anything can happen. Yeah, everyone's got something to play for with 2 games to go.
if I throw it, I'm not stopping. 40, 40, 40. Top number of goals. 20 conceded from Mega Horse, 21 from Grove and Fortuna. And down at the bottom of the table, 54 conceded and only 17 scored. Wow. Team of the week was David Day in goal.
Oh, the Hughes twins up front.
Yeah, 2 markers, Blues and Fortuna.
And Neil Adams on the bench there, ready to come on and go off again.
And top goal scorers and assisters, not assistant managers.
Who's sisters?
Top goals, Romeo top, with Berger and
He's
Mutu
hanging on, and
filling in
he's
there.
not scored today.
And the assists, Rayad top with Anderton following.
Anderson's doing well to still be up there. He's not played for
Not played for
weeks.
a long time, so I will get that save out later on tonight. And thank you very much for being here. Quinton, thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
And we'll see you again soon. Good night.